Molnupiravir, approved not recommended. The pill is among the first few therapeutics now being deployed for treatment for COVID-19. Molnupiravir was first cleared for use in the UK in November and more recently in the US. Barely a week after it was approved for early stage COVID-19 patients, Molnupiravir, an antiviral drug developed by US companies Merck and Ridgeback, has been kept out of the treatment protocol recommended by the Indian Council of Medical Research. Dr. Balram Bhargava, head of ICMR, said on Tuesday that the drug had major safety concerns. This was resulted in an awkward situation. The drug is approved for use but not recommended. The drug Molnupiravir is repurposed for COVID-19 drug originally developed to treat influenza. It is meant for mild or moderately ill COVID-19 patients who are at risk of developing serious illness. The pill, if administered during the first 5 days after contracting the infection, has the potential to prevent serious illnesses. The pill is among the first few therapeutics now being deployed for treatment of COVID-19. Molnupiravir was first cleared for use in UK in November and more recently in the US. The concerns. There have been concerns on two counts: low effectiveness and some potential side effects. Both were taken into account by drug regulating agencies while approving them. Molnupiravir is found to be only 30% effective in trials, much lower than earlier indications. Besides, there have been worries over its mechanism. The drug molecule incorporates itself into the RNA of the virus, inducing mutations with the objective of hampering replication. But this carries the risk of introducing mutations that can make the virus stronger and more dangerous. A bigger worry is the risk of the drug creating mutations in the human DNA itself. Risk versus benefit. These risks, very low by all accounts, have been considered by the drug regulators while approving the drug, which means that these have not been assessed to be significant enough. The prescribed 5-day dosage is not considered large enough to pose any serious health concerns. Also, N.K. Ganguly, former head of ICMR, pointed out there are several drugs for other diseases in the market that pose similar risk. Those drugs are frequently prescribed in specific situations based on the clinical assessment of the patients. If the benefits from the drugs are considered by the doctor to be outweighing this risk, he said. In the case of Molnupiravir, it seems, going by the argument of Dr. Bhargava, the benefits do not very clearly outweigh the risk considering the low effectiveness of the drug. What now? It is now likely that doctors would still prescribe it in some situations based on the clinical assessment of the patient. In any case, it can be useful only in very specific situations, during the first 5 of infection among mild or moderately sick patients. We must not treat this as a wonder drug. Molnupiravir is known to have low effectiveness. It can still work in some cases, so I would not be surprised if some doctors prescribe it. But at the same time, patients and their families need not insist on getting this drug, said Dr. Raman Gangadhakar, a former head of epidemiology at ICMR. Thank you.